I'm ChampChong, it is Tuesday, and here is the clip of the day.
Hi, train.
Oh!
Holy moly!
Oh my god!
Oh my
god!
Oh my god!
Oh, I landed on a palm tree! Oh my god, you'll never believe where the bus is! Oh wow.
Hello.
G'day guys, welcome to this Tuesday edition of the show where I report on the latest in gaming news. And if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you just smack that like button. Oh shit. I probably have to go check on that, but yeah, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you smack the like button, and now let's get into the gaming news. Because first up, we have the news of the PlayStation 4 selling over 1 million units on the first day. The estimated number is at around 1.2 million sold in the first 24 hours, but it could be looking more closer to 1.5 million units. Now this is pretty incredible news, and I love to see that the gaming industry is just thriving like this. And with Sony selling so many units in just North America, you have to factor in places like Europe and Australia next week. And then you've also got Japan, so just imagine how many consoles are going to be sold. And then later this week, we'll see the Xbox One come out in many territories around the world and sell a bunch. So it's just amazing to see the power of video games and how many people are actually purchasing these new consoles. Now to move away from the consoles and to the PS4 games that sold the best. So these numbers that you can see on screen are the top 15 games sold at launch for the PlayStation 4, and you can clearly see that Call of Duty Ghosts is the #1 game. Many people predicted that Battlefield 4 would take top spot because the pre-order numbers were so strong, but it looks like Call of Duty is still the #1 shooter in the world. Now a funny thing I mentioned is that it's the #1 shooter in the world, but also it's the #1 next-gen game in the world at this time. And also the top 3 games are all first-person shooters. Then you have Assassin's Creed, and then Madden, and then NBA 2K14, and then NAC, and then just a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, it's pretty awesome to see so many games being sold, pretty awesome to see so many consoles being sold, but something isn't that awesome, and that's where we go to the sad news.
Sad news! What the fuck?
So even though the PlayStation 4 is doing great, selling a bunch of consoles, it still somehow manages to fall into our sad news today because the PlayStation 4's growing number of consoles having issue is still growing. Now this stuff is expected with new technology when it first comes out all the time, but that estimate of 0.4 consoles having issues from Sony is actually a lot higher now. Instead of having 4,000 consoles per every million sold, you're gonna have around 50,000 now that may have an issue. So yeah, it looks like this could be a little bit of an issue until 2014. Honestly, I still feel like you probably just go into your store, grab your PS4, and it won't have a problem. It may happen to you, but it's worth taking a risk if you want to play new games now. The percentage is really so small that it probably won't happen to you. However, it can still happen to you, so yeah, if you do need some information, if it has happened to you, if you're having problems with your PS4, I have linked all that kind of stuff down below. Hopefully that helps you out, and hopefully if you do buy a PS4 next week in Australia or Europe, you don't have any problems. Anyway, that is it for the sad news today, because now it is time for the big news.
Big news!
So first up on the big news is quite an odd news story. It's about the Xbox One and their game cases. As you guys already know, the Xbox One cases will be quite different to the Xbox 360 cases. They're basically going to be similar to a Blu-ray case. Now one thing that has just been shown off is that the inside of the case actually has the game disc on the left with the manuals and all that kind of stuff on the right. Now this is quite weird because we've always had our disc on the right and the manuals on the left. You know, now it's all been flipped and it's kind of confusing. It's not that big of a deal because it's more of just a cosmetic thing where you grab the disc. It's not going to change the way you play a game, but you have to admit, it's just kind of weird, like when you open it up and you're like, whoa, what? So yeah, this is kind of a warning. Actually, I shouldn't have warned you guys. It would have been funny to see your reactions when you open up a brand new Xbox One game and you're like, wait, what? And the thing is, if you do flip the case around, you're going to have the Xbox One logo that's like embedded into it is going to be just upside down on the opposite side. It's going to be all weird. So it's probably best to just leave it the way it is. It's not that big of a deal. Now, speaking of big deals, we move to our next news report of the day in the big news, and it is a really, really big deal. And the word big is just not big enough. This is ginormous. This video just came out showing off the Titanfall Collector's Edition statue that is about 20 inches in size. Now, this thing is way bigger than anything I've seen come in a Collector's Edition. Well, not the biggest thing out there, like my Lancer from Gears of War, but definitely the biggest like statue sort of thing. Now if you do live in Australia like myself, I believe there were only like 500 pre-orders for this edition, so you probably can't get it anymore, but it's pretty cool and worth checking out in the video. I've linked that down below and it's really, really awesome. Anyway, moving from that awesome piece of news to something else that is pretty awesome, and it's all about Fallout. Now, all you Fallout fans probably already know about the Survivor 2299 website, but now news has come out that Bethesda has filed a trademark for Fallout 4. This is actually pretty damn big news, and I can't wait until they give us more information, because this pretty much confirms that Fallout 4 is on the way. Also, it is rumored that Fallout 4 will have its reveal at the VGA Awards in December. So yeah, Fallout 4 will be coming out sometime in the future. Then you got Titanfall coming out early next year with a crazy collector's edition, and you've got the Xbox One cases being the opposite way around. And that is our big news for today. And now, Gorilla Man, hand me that question. Thanks, Gorilla Man. Okay, guys, the question is, what will be the first game that you play on your next-gen system and why? So put your answer down below in the comment section. You can enable the next show. Enjoy today's video. Make sure you smack the like button because I'm ChampChong, Max the Champ.